Hey guys, first regards here, and so I'll be talking about a brand new heroic Melta rifle build for Space Marine 2 patch 14 on the public test server for the tactical class. Now, the heroic Melta rifle has been kind of controversial. A lot of players think this one absolutely sucks, and I'll be real, the heroic perk effect here that's called thermal charge, this is not like the strongest thing ever, but I think the main problem with this gun is not that the heroic perk effect is bad, it's just the base damage is kind of low. Like, the damage of this weapon needs to be upped a little bit for how long it takes to charge, because this one says shots have increased range in a narrow spread but need to charge before firing. So this weapon is actually pretty fun at long range because it actually functions a lot more like a normal Melta rifle would in like the 40k lore. It's just that at the moment the damage is a little bit lacking, and if you're not playing tactical and you don't have things like Emperor's Vengeance to give you back all of your ammunition, this one definitely suffers. And on classes like Vanguard, I think it feels way worse. So for that reason, I think it's predominantly good on this guy. Now, for the perk tree on this, I just go down the normal path that decides to reload first, moving here into the perk Rapid Health. You will be able to recover your HP at long range of this weapon, which is pretty funny. And I'll also say that the stagger of the Melta rifle is still in effect with this long range, which means you can shoot things like missile can terminators and stuff like that at a very far distance and stagger them, which is very useful. It's just the instantaneous CHP recovery of like a normal relic tier is not to be found. Next perk here is Trick Shot, up here into the perk Great Might. Then I go down here into the perk Divine Might, Extended Magazine, First Shot. Then we go here into Retaliation, and the final perk here is Perpetual Fire for a faster fire rate, because I do think that going in like the standard damage path is just the path on this weapon, because damage is really all that's lacking. Now, for the secondary, I did take the Retribution's Bequest just because I like to be able to one-shot the reinforcement calling enemies, but if you want to take a different thing like a plasma or something, you can definitely do that. I'll also say that having an instantaneous CHP recovery option on like a bolt pistol that fires instantly instead of a charge shot, that is pretty useful on this build. Now, the perk tree for this looks as follows, and for the melee weapon, we do take the Argent Edge, because with this weapon here, you will be able to charge up your Melta shot within like the frame, or I should say the time period after a parry, where the enemies have the 50% damage taken debuff applied to them. So it's actually pretty nice to have an Argent Edge, and just in general for stacking range damage on stuff like Relentless Pursuit and stuff like that, this is the best weapon. Also, it's one of the best weapons in the entire game, and like you can really set it up however you want. I spent this way because I want damage. If you want to go all the way down here, you can definitely do that instead. That is up to you. Now, for the perk tree here, I did go with Balanced Distribution first. Your primary weapon deals 50% more damage, but your secondary weapon deals 15% less damage. And then I went down here into the perk Relentless Pursuit. After a gun strike, range damage increases by 25% for 10 seconds. We are using an Argent Edge, so getting gun strikes happens all the time. And the next perk here, you pretty much always want, is the Emperor's Vengeance perk for a free magazine every 30 seconds on a Majora skill, because without this, you will run out of ammo all the time. And really, this weapon just plays way better with Emperor's Vengeance. It feels really fun to like walk around and just laser beam people from like a mile away. It's not the strongest option ever, but like with this infinite ammo perk, it is pretty entertaining, especially if you stack with an Auspex. Next perk here is Aligned Aim for a 15% damage buff for your range, though obviously Secure Stockpile is better. And the next perk here is Vital Data. Scanning Extremis or Terminus level enemy restores Auspex scan charge by 50%. And then we pick up the, fabled combo of Precise Calibration and Concentrate Fire, because these two perks together make it so your Auspex scan not only lasts longer, but also comes out to like a 300% damage buff. And guess what? When you take the Salamander Melta rifle and you apply a 300% damage buff off Auspex scan to it, it starts to just melt people. So I would say this is a pretty fun combo. Putting this down like the proper horde and just firing a straight line through them is super fun, because this weapon does have piercing 10 and range 20. So if you have a line of Majoris like range guys and stuff like that, you'll be able to just penetrate every single one of them with a single shot. And if they do like 300% bonus damage off your Auspex, that feels pretty good. So really fun combo. Next perk here is Radiant Impact, and the final perks here for the Prestige perk list are like your choice of QED, Skill Supplier, Resilience, and Fortitude. I pretty much always pick up these two. I think they're pretty much mandatory. But if you want to like skip over QED for spare power or vice versa, you can definitely do that. That is up to you, and that is pretty much all there is for this build, guys. I think the Salamander Melta rifle, I mean, it's not the strongest. All it really needs is a damage buff, and if Saber does do that to this weapon, I think it could be a pretty top tier option as far as like Melta options go. And even with that being said, it's still a lot of fun to be used. It's still a lot of fun to use this gun. I think the Melta rifle here is a really entertaining heroic perk effect. And as far as the other ones are, like, you know, compared to this one just feels way more entertaining and unique as a weapon. So hopefully they do address that damage issue. And that's pretty much all I have to say in this one. You guys let me know what you think about this weapon and the gameplay you'll see shortly. And hopefully this gave you an idea of what's coming up in patch 14. And if you like content like this and you want to watch me live, you can watch me here on YouTube or on Twitch with a link in the video description. Also, a link to my community Discord. And as always, thank you for watching. Take it easy. Bye. It's good for that. So guys, when we up our damage by 300%, it's actually pretty good. Yeah, I think I was perhaps I treated you too harshly, Melta rifle. I'll say that this is definitely better than the heroic combi fist is right now. I still think the other Meltas are definitely better. The ranged Melta kind of already does what this one does, but you just shoot him.
Another Xenos bioform eliminated.
But well, at least with the tactical, you have the benefit of infinite ammo, so you guys get to run around blowing Hormigaunt brains off. Like, it sounds cool. Does the Melta tell Titus to shut the fuck up about stored Promethium? No, I don't think it does that. We might be able to make it do that. Anybody ever use the gun in Borderlands 2 that talks to you? Like that. Oh, actually, one shot him was funny.
It down. Fresh magazine in. Eliminate the tyranny fire. Changing magazine.
It's definitely fun, I'll say that. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna give this one an 8 out of 10, the fun factor. Just like shooting a giant Melta laser beam, even if the damage is a little weak, is still pretty entertaining. And on attacking, you make up for it.
All specs ready to scan. Fresh magazine in. Fertilizer. Swapping magazine. Changing magazine.
It's gonna be really easy to get accolades in this game after this patch. Alright, so far, pretty fun. Okay, maybe wanting it to one-shot guys is a little excessive for me. That's too much. Actually, no, it's not, because a heroic plasma would absolutely just do that casually. Why am I Why am I holding my tongue in a world where the bomb exists?
Another Xenos fire forward.
I'm sitting here afraid to create TNT when we already have the nuclear bomb.
Fresh magazine in.
Make it one shot them.
We broke the Xenos onslaught. Squad, rally up. First waypoint ahead.
You think the new Terminator Sorcerer is going to be a problem in Absolute, dude? It's going to be a problem in all difficulties for, like, the entire player base, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that boss is actually the hardest boss they've ever implemented. I think it's harder than the Vortex Beast.
Team has arrived at the Imperial Guard.
He has less HP, but he'll do a lot more shit to you a lot more quickly. I haven't actually been able to run into him outside the Battle Barge arena yet, but I'm sure it won't be fun when I do.
Target seeks to mobilize.
Very sad by the lack of murder I just got on those guys.
We will slay it and its allies. Diligence, brothers. We will find those codes. Dropping magazine. Zoanthrope, fortify your psyche. Diligence, brothers. We will find those codes.
I will say it's a one-shot stagger from range, which is kind of decent.
You are fertilizer now, Xenos. Silent diligence, brothers. We will find those codes. That one calls for reinforcements. All specs ready to scan. The stench is sick, but the beast. Diligence, brothers. We will find those codes.
No Melta weapon's ever going to be that good against Zoanthropes just because Zoanthropes don't have a headshot. Or I should say Meltas don't do headshot damage, and Zoanthropes are susceptible to that.
The codes are not
As cool as it would be. The whole idea of a heroic weapon is teetering on the nice edge of OP and OP nerf. Some of them are.
All specs keep scanning. Scanning. Nixon on all specs. No more surprises. Dropping magazine.
Such a cool side effect, though, I have to say.
Reloading. Exterminated.
All the PvP mode is totally dead in my opinion. Really hard to find a full match. Yeah. It's definitely, I mean, they removed the progression, so maybe that'll help.
Specs prime. Changing magazine.
Alright, they're all pretty low after that. As they should be. You know what? This weapon's pretty fun, guys. This weapon's pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. He definitely use a damage buff, but... But beyond that, it was pretty good.
We will find those codes.
What do y'all think about the new Terminus? I mean, Terminus is pretty hype.
Better luck.
UG Frank, thank you for the $5 super chat. Just remember, the next heroic should be a heroic one-handed bolt carbine that looks like your wrist-mounted Angelus bolter you find on the minis. I mean, that'd be cool. I'd take it. The charging kind of sounds like a thermal detonator from Star Wars. It certainly does, doesn't it?
I have the codes, brothers. Captain, the demolition codes are secure.
Proceed to the Prometheum refinery and complete the demolition preparations.
Are we still on the test server? Of course. Find me on the test server all week. Where else would we be, brother? Have you tried all the new heroics? Yes, we have. Does a headshot? No, it does not.
Be ready.
Have you tried all the heroics yet? If so, where are the winners? I made a whole video about that I just posted like an hour ago. To answer all of that better than I can right here in the middle of my game.
We sow the enemy's defeat, brothers.
So the only ones I think that are proper losers right now are like the Combi Fist, what the hell, and the Power Sword. The other ones are okay. They're buggy, but they're okay. They just need a few buffs.
Kill that foe, lest it summon aid. Another zero fire form eliminated.
Is that not? Is that not cool? Is that not cool?
Fresh magazine in.
Fingers crossed PS not a month long. We already know it won't be. I really thought we were gonna get blown up all the way down there. It's gonna be 1 week.
That one calls for reinforcements. We have halted their call for aid. You are fertilizer now, Xenos. Bring army.
Now the Melta rifle is just long enough to get a full shot off on the charge.
Enhanced visual feedback.
Oh, I didn't have a thing. Yeah.
Pathetic tyranny. Reloading. Neuro, keep your distance, brothers. Fresh magazine in. Another Xenos fire form eliminated.
I mean, having a long-range stagger option is pretty good. Whatever. No.
Pathetic tyranny of God. Fresh magazine in.
Definitely suggest bringing at least one bolt pistol option here, though, because having an instant way to get back your contested health is pretty nice. You can't do it on the stagger or on the Meltas easily. Yeah, single target, this thing's not feel very good. Everywhere else.
Subterranean seals below. You are fertilizer now, Seagulls. Stay dead, Rabbit. Changing magazine. Activating all specs advantage. The hive mind loads out.
Oh, what a gun, That was a bit of a suspicious scenario, but what are you gonna do?
Exterminate.
So why isn't the Terminators or the Gatling guns Terminus enemies and Sabers does shit without thinking about it? No consistency whatsoever. Sorry, bro. You don't know anything about what you're talking about because there's a reason. First of all, on the tabletop, directly where these guys are from, Terminator Sorcerers are the leaders of entire groups of Terminus, or of the Extremis Terminators. They're also actually flesh and blood. They're some of the stronger sorcerers. They're like proper chaos sorcerers, not these shitty lesser ones we have. So for every like 5 Terminators, you get like 1 Chaos Terminator Sorcerer because they're squad leaders, which is why they're a Terminus in this game. Also, the other Terminators are dust, and they're not.
Swapping magazine. Pathetic tyranny of God. Reloading.
All right, there we go. Most of them got turned to mindless confetti. It's true. So, a Chaos Terminator Sorcerer is the squad leader of a tabletop 1,000 Suns Terminator squad. So for like every 5 normal-ass Terminators, like a Scarab occult guy with the Kopesh, or one of the Gatling Terminator stuff, you get a Sorcerer because they're the squad leads. They kind of run the whole thing. In fact, that's how the 1,000 Suns operate in general, is that, you know, 99% of their Legion can't even, like, control themselves. They're just automatons, basically. and they're led by those sorcerers.
Another Xenos fire.
So you have a Rubric Marine for a lesser sorcerers as an Extremis, and then you have a Terminus for the Terminators, which are the bigger guys. I think it makes perfect sense. Saber doesn't care about tabletop rules, so why so it, bro? I mean, they definitely add things in from tabletop, dude. I'm sorry, dog. You might just be stupid. Like, I don't know what to say.
Gathering supplies.
Most of them got turned to mindless sparks. I want to fight the unnerved turn and sorcerer. I've beat every Souls game, and I find this game substantially harder in absolute. I don't think this game's substantially harder in absolute. As a stupid, you'll be welcome into the ranks. Yes, we still welcome you. But your current argument about them not caring about tabletop rules, I mean, that's just, I mean, they don't care about every single one because you can't. But they do care about some of them. Also, I wouldn't even say it's just a tabletop rule thing. It's more like, if you have a bunch of guys who are extremist enemies and they're led by one other guy, what would you make that guy?
The first leg of this race is behind us. Planting Melta. Your area cleansed with the foul.
I'm gonna camp on a demon boss versus a sorcerer, me too. Especially, I mean, I understand, like, it kind of fills out the roster more for these guys where you finally have the final Terminator, but, I would just want something a little different. Dude. I gotta go to generator 3 before they all die.
Together we can secure that generator once more.
So you just line them up.
Progress is progress, brothers. We are almost there.
I don't think Dark Souls is very hard. I mean, Elden Ring, Dark Souls, there are definitely bosses in that game that will fuck you up way harder than bosses in Space Marine 2. Which is why they give you so much more of a margin for error in that game. So if you look at Space Marine 2, right? I mean, how many medicines do you have at any given time? Like 3? Well, not 3, but 2. 2 for one guy. How many do you have for Estus Flask and Dark Souls and stuff? Like 10, 20? How many more opportunities do you have to recover from a horrible mistake? And you might be like, oh, that makes the game easier. I was like, in some ways it does, because you get greater margin for error, but that's also because the bosses in Dark Souls will like literally one-shot you at certain levels and things like that. You don't always encounter them at the same time. I would say the boss design in Elden Ring especially, like Elden Ring Night Rain, is much harder than the boss design in this game. Though we're getting there. The new Sorcerer is pretty hard. I'd rather fight anything in this game than like the Dark Drifts Night on Everdark in Are there PTR patch notes anywhere? Yeah, that's all on my channel. We already got that all. It's all there. Everything you ever need. Like, it's not getting chipped to death here. That'd be nice. $5 super chat. I think most of your chat wants to fight Demonic Magnus the Red. They probably do. I should kill him with this. No.
Sidekick howl. Fresh magazine in.
Like Magnus the fraud. I don't think it was a fraud. I think he's just a fool. That's all it is, you know. Voltus solos Magnus. I wouldn't mind seeing Voltus like go up to Magnus and then get his brain popped from inside his Dreadnought suit. That'd be kind of funny. You just hear like a faint pop. What was that? I don't know. Voltus just got brain bursted.
We have arrived at Nozik's facility. Run distraction efforts as long as you can.
On my honor, I will ensure your mission is a success.
I will hold you to that.
Oh dear. Oh, this is a little fucky. Oh, may you all purge. May you all be purged. Okay. Well, I'm gonna line them all up. You're number one. I'm sure he'll be here. Unless he wants to just... Okay, he just has to shout at me instead. You're cool. Wow, you actually put farther.
Fresh magazine in.
Look at that. Trick shot, dude. One armor back. All 5. Line them up, right? Bang.
Changing magazine. Let's engage. You are fertilizer now, Xenos. Fresh magazine in. Injecting stims. Changing magazine.
Like, so second. How cool would it have been if he just killed the Carnifex after that little Auspex? That would have been fun.
Pathetic tyranny.
I'm gonna shoot him in the ass. Oh, dude, you don't. This is how you die, okay?
Deep scan red. We made our Primarch proud this time. Changing magazine.
The Taco Bell simulator, yeah, dude. I don't know the last time that like Taco Bell blew fire into your ass, but there, dude. The Taco Bell simulator.
Another Xenos bioform eliminated. Stay all specs primed. Main swarm sighted. We await your signal, Captain.
Dig in.
What do you do to get the
We need
heroic
that bomb
weapons?
trigger for
Just grind your accolades.
Orbital scan estimates the bulk of the swarm will not be in position
All you
for a
gotta
while
do.
yet. Keep your heads and get it done.
They're not in the game officially yet, though.
I see them coming, brothers. Plenty for everyone. Fresh magazine in.
The bulk of the swarm is continuing along the protected path. Continue holding.
Behold, the power of the Melta. And other things.
We severed the Zoanthrope's connection to the hive. Disgusting tyranny of stuff. Reloading.
This is probably pretty good against Chaos as well, because you can long range stagger pretty much anything you want. So against River Marines and stuff, it's probably pretty good.
The refinery needs covering.
So it can do damage. Yeah, if you stack a 300% bonus Auspex on it, oh yeah, dude. Your Melta's gonna do damage, alright.
All specs ready to scan.
Halfway there, brothers. Keep it up.
The Lictor has us in its sights.
This is quite the pew pew gun, I gotta say. Like, it's ain't that bad. It ain't that bad.
This Lictor, we have have more enemies on
This
the
also
horizon.
feels like a build that would also be good against both factions, which is pretty rare in Space Marine 2. So, I would say... Actually, it's not too rare. Actually, that's more so classes or like... Oh. Very careful of the standing one unblockability there. Okay.
Swapping magazine.
Holy helly.
The swarm is almost fully committed. Be ready for my mark.
Fresh magazine in. Xenos Psych are outmatched by Codex.
I'll run around and just lead them. Boom.
Changing magazine. Here it is, problem.
You are clear to detonate. Cook those rotten bastards.
Yes, Captain. You heard it. Full specs prime. Valiant to Titus. Greetings from the fire.
Tyranid biosigns down 90% and fall. Swarm annihilation confirmed. Excellent work.
What's range damage is that, I wonder? Oh, that's pretty fun.
Extraction
Would I run that on Vanguard? Maybe. I don't know if actually you run out of ammo really fast on Vanguard. You could not spam it. Like half the fun of that gun is spamming it over and over and over and over as if you have infinite ammo, because you do. I don't know if I'd want to do that in Vanguard. I don't think I would. It's just a tactical weapon then. I think the Melta's always been better on tac, to be fair, but... Yeah. Yeah, I'd say so. $60,000 range damage on that.